Most YouTubers will spend 5 hours on a script and still get 100 views. But with the right script writing template, you can write a better script in 2 hours than most YouTubers do their entire careers. I'm going to reveal the exact framework that I've used to write million view scripts for the top educational YouTubers. And once you understand this script framework, it will form the foundation of your entire script writing process and save you hours every time you decide to write a script. And I'm also going to show you how I've applied these very templates to my own video scripts and break it down for you so you can see it applied in real time. So this is the exact template that I use. If it looks simple, it's because it's meant to be simple. Really, there are three main components. It's the hook and the body and the outro and call to action. And I'm going to break all of these down in a little bit with specific examples. So in the hook, we want to immediately validate the click and then create a pain or benefit, establish credibility, and set expectations for the video. And within the body, we want to have an open loop and use our why, what, how framework. And I'll explain how to specifically use that with examples. And then in our outro, we want to use the hook, gap, action framework so that we can actually get the viewer to take an action or click on a certain link in the description that we want them to click, and thereby increasing our conversions or increasing watch time on the channel. And the best part about this template is that you can use it for any educational script in any niche. This framework makes it super easy for you to take your existing information or your existing knowledge that you have that you want to turn into a video, and you can just fill it into this template and you have a full video just like that. Let's break down each section into detail so you know exactly how to use this framework. First, let's start with the hook, because the hook is the most critical part of your video, because retention in the first 30 seconds is where you see the biggest drop off. And if you can decrease the drop off from say 70% to only 30%, meaning only 30% of your viewers leave in the first 30 seconds, your video has a substantially higher chance of performing on YouTube. But a great hook isn't clickbait and doesn't just keep your viewers watching for the first 30 seconds. It forms the foundation of the journey through which you'll take your viewer from the start of the video all the way to the end of the video. Let me break down the 4 key elements of a hook right now. Element 1 is to immediately validate the click. The moment your video starts, the title and thumbnail that your viewers click on will set certain expectations for what the viewer will get. And it's your job of the very first line to meet that exact expectation. So the first line, you have to immediately pay off the video title. This can be as simple as repeating the video title or having certain elements of the video title in the very first line of your script. And in the second line, we want to create a pain or benefit. And the reason it's important to create a pain or benefit is because most people take action only when there is a tremendous amount of pain or there is a huge benefit that they're running towards. So a huge amount of pain, meaning that they feel really fat or they don't feel healthy or they're poor, right? All of those are considered pains. And the pain is what gets people to take action. Or vice versa, the benefit could be, hey, this is how you can get rich, or this is how you can get a 6-pack for summer. So in the hook, if you can develop the pain or the benefit, this develops relatability and makes it clear to the viewer what's in it for them if they were to watch this video, which is that they can alleviate their pain or they can achieve the benefit. So you want to outline the transformation. The third line, you want to establish credibility. There are literally thousands of YouTube videos that your viewer could choose from, and maybe hundreds within the topic that you're talking about. You need to answer the question, who are you? Because this sets the frame for which the viewer will digest your information. So if you're a 20-year-old who is talking about investing and I tell you to invest in S&P, you're probably not going to listen to me. But if Warren Buffett comes up to you and tells you to invest in index funds, then you're more likely to go invest in index funds because it's Warren Buffett and he manages trillions of dollars in assets. So the third line, you want to establish, why should I listen to you? And in the fourth line, you want to set expectations for the video, basically telling the viewer, hey, this is exactly what you're going to get if you watch the video from start to finish. And these are the 4 key elements of every hook that you write. Now let's take a look at how I applied this hook framework in the very first YouTube video that I published. So the first YouTube video that I published on this very channel is how to make a killer YouTube video for the 2024 algorithm. And as you can see, this video has like 20k views, and it's the very first video that I posted. It got like 10k views within the first week on a completely new channel that, had no history. I didn't post any videos on it. Here I changed the title to the 2025 algorithm just because the year changed. And this is one of the first 3 videos that I posted to get my first 1,000 subscribers on this channel within the first 26 days, which is pretty good. So you can see that these exact frameworks work for any channel. It works for a new channel, works for a channel that's been around for a long time. So if it's good enough to grow a channel with no discoverability to 1k subscribers in 26 days, it's probably good enough for you. So you can see over here in the hook, the first line is one killer YouTube video could completely change your life. So in the title, it says how to make a killer YouTube video. So I validate the click by saying one killer YouTube video. And then I want to create the pain or benefit. It can give you the momentum to go from 0 to 100,000 subscribers in a record-breaking time, just like many of your favorite creators who became successful on YouTube because of one viral video. So here I set two benefits, 0 to 100K subscribers, and became successful because of one viral video. So I create two benefits here. And number 3, I establish credibility. I've spent the past 5 months researching the biggest creators on this platform. So credibility can come in the form of the time that you've spent learning something. So in this case, it's I spent 5 months researching the biggest creators, or it could be from the number of views that you've generated, the amount of money that you've generated from your business, or the people that you've helped. So there's multiple different ways to establish credibility. You just need to establish some sort of credibility that makes you stand out, that gives the viewer a reason to want to listen, even if it's just time spent researching. And then last line, set expectations for the video. And in this video, I'm going to review how to make a YouTube video that will blow up your channel, and it all comes down to 5 simple steps. You're basically telling the viewer, hey, 5 simple steps, I'm going to tell you what you're going to learn. So nothing too complicated. That's the exact hook framework in play that you can use right now. Now that you know what a great hook looks like using the exact hook framework that I've given you, now let's move on to the body section, which is the meat of your video, where we use the why, what, how framework to bring your video to life. The body of your video is where you deliver on the promise that you established in your hook. But here's the problem that most YouTubers face. They dump all of the information that they have into the YouTube video without structure, which causes the viewer to feel lost, bored, or just they have no idea what's going on. This is where the why, what, how framework comes in. It starts with an open loop, which creates intrigue to make the viewer watch until the body starts. And then the why sets the stakes to explain the reason behind the first key point. And the reason you want to start with the why instead of just telling the viewer right out what it is, it's because the reason behind why something is important is more important than what it actually is. So if I were to convince you that you need to write a script, I wouldn't just tell you what a good script is and how to write a good script. I would tell you, hey, when you write a good script, it saves you a bunch of time when you're editing the video. Your video actually performs better because you put more thought in the content, into the pre-work of the content, and it becomes a lot easier for you to record your video because all you have to do is sit down, read the script, and talk to the camera. So you spend a lot less time on camera. So when I tell you why something is important, you actually understand the importance of it. And when you understand the importance of it, when I tell you what a good script is and how to write a good script, you're more likely to listen to me and actually apply the advice. So you don't just immediately start by telling what a good script is. That's not effective. You need to sell the viewer on why it's important first. So start with why, which is to explain the reason behind the first key point. And then you move on to what, which is what is the solution or benefit you're offering. So what is a good script, basically. And then how is how would a viewer implement this information, or what is one actionable step that the viewer can take. And in terms of the benchmark for the how, or how good this actionable step is, the metric that I like to use is that the viewer must be able to take this piece of information that you've given them in the how and apply it within the next 24 hours and get tangible results. And the reason it's important to keep it so simple that the viewer can take it and apply it in 24 hours and get results is because if they actually apply it and they actually get results, that's when they build a new level of trust of you, because they know, hey, this guy's advice actually works, and then they'll come back and watch your video and watch another video and watch another video until they binge watch your entire channel, because they know and they've built a level of trust of you that, hey, you can actually solve their problems and you're not just giving them wrong information or fluff. So when you're thinking of giving the how, you need to make it concise and you need to make it super actionable. So now let's look at how I write the body of how to make a killer YouTube video. So this is the very first point. So I start with the open loop. The first step is the one that is by far the most important, yet also the most overlooked. You can see, oh, why is this most important? Or why is this most overlooked? So you can see here, there's an open loop that I create that makes the viewer, oh, what is this first step? It makes them want to watch more. That's the function of the open loop. It creates intrigue and it hooks the viewer in again before I start the next point. And then the why section. You see, there are two different kinds of YouTubers. One of them pushes content every week without fail and try to win by overwhelming the YouTube algorithm with content. Low on time, set up the camera, hit film, talk to it for 10 minutes, post, and on to the next video. They get so caught up with the filming and editing process, they never leave room to think what they are putting out. They usually end up doing all right, getting 200 to 1,000 views per video. And then there's the other camp who takes their time to come up with the idea, spend days, weeks, months coming up with something spectacular, and then they create content around those ideas. But when they do decide to upload a video, it's a straight up banger. The audience loves it. the algorithm loves it, and their channel takes off. If you look at Mr. Beast's channel, he uploaded 22 videos in 2023. If he wanted to, he could have uploaded 1 video a week, but he decides to put 3 times more energy into his best video ideas because the idea behind the video is that important. He says this himself. So literally, this whole section is the why, right? I set up this scenario, 2 different kinds of YouTubers, low on time, set up the camera, hit film, talk to for 10 minutes. Or you can be the other creator who takes time, spends time on the idea, and double down on your ideas. And then here I give an example of Mr. Beast of how he leverages ideas and why he decides to upload 1 video a week. And then once we're done with the why and the open loop, we go to the what, right? A good idea will get you 1,000 views. A great idea will make you millions. You can film, edit, and make the highest quality video in the world with Marvel CGI baked into it. But if no one wants to click it, it likely means your idea was uninteresting. And that's the what. The what section doesn't need to be super long. You just need to tell the viewer what it is, and you can add examples to enhance it if you like. And now the how. The how needs to be an actionable step. Apply it within the next 24 hours. So let's see how I do it. So the first step is to come up with a great video idea. For me, what I do is take out a Google Doc, list out 100 potential video ideas. This could come from looking at the best performers within your niche, thinking about what ideas were successful outside your niche and how you can apply it to your channel, coming up with unique ideas that have never been posted before. From there, you'll want to narrow it down to 20 ideas, 10 ideas, and eventually a handful of ideas you can turn into videos. You can see here, super actionable, right? 100 ideas, narrow down, narrow down, narrow down. I tell the specific steps in order to apply it in the shortest amount of words possible. And that's the why, what, how framework. And you basically want to just repeat this for your other payoffs, for payoff 2, payoff 3, payoff 4, payoff 5. You can see here, I start again with the open loop. But most YouTube gurus, after coming up with ideas, there is one thing that YouTubers will completely neglect and leave till the end of the video creation process, when in reality, it should actually be one of the first things that you do. You can see they neglect, leave to the end of the process, but it should be the first things you do. So you can see I create a gap here. There's a mistake. Okay, what is this mistake? Here you can see this original script with all of the pictures. And then here is the next step. I didn't really annotate the what and the how, but you pretty much use this exact framework: open loop, why, what, how, open loop, why, what, how, open loop, why, what, how, until you get the full body of the script. And I get a lot of questions about how to write the open loop. So every open loop has 3 criteria that I look out for. Number 1, the open loop needs to acknowledge the value that the viewer has just received. Number 2, it needs to create curiosity as to what's coming next. And number 3, it needs to promise greater value ahead. So your video needs to go from it starts here, and then we create an open loop. Hey, this is what you're gonna get, and then you deliver on it, and then you'll get something even bigger if you continue watching. So that's the power of an open loop. So you can see here, they completely neglect leave till the end when it should be one of the first things that you do. So it's like, okay, this is really important. This is really important. This is really important. We really want to set expectations for, hey, if you continue watching, you're going to get even greater value, and there needs to be a curiosity baked into it. So if you have these 3 elements inside your open loop, and you can do it in a sentence, in 2 sentences, so that's how you get your viewer to continue watching from one segment to another and not lose retention. You need these 3 elements. Now let's move on to the final piece of the puzzle, which is the outro and call to action, which turns one-time viewers into long-time subscribers and even buyers of your products. What most creators do that you absolutely don't want to do is drop an outro bomb on your viewers, which is basically ending the video with, this is what we talked about in this video, drop a like and subscribe, which kills your video retention because you're effectively telling the viewer that, hey, the video is going to end over here. You can just click off. When really what you want to do with your call to action is to get your viewer to take an action. Either that be to click another video over here or to click a link in the description to direct them where you want to direct them towards. But it's not good enough to just tell the viewer to click something. They need a reason to do it. And that's where you use the hook, gap, action framework. So once again, you want to hook the viewer in, just like in the first 30 seconds, you hook the viewer in. The open loop effectively functions as a hook again. And over here at the outro, you want to hook them again, saying, make a point that connects to the current video content. And then the gap will create a curiosity by hinting at what will be reviewed next. And then the action is to make clear what you want the viewer to click on. So you rehook the viewer, create a gap. This is where you're at, and this is where you want to be. And this is the action that you have to take if you want to get there. So with the hook, you can use phrases like, but hold on, there's something that I didn't tell you. Or it could be, before you go and implement this, you have to blah, blah, blah. Or when you create a gap, you can use phrases like, everything that I just shared is useless without this missing piece. Or you can say something like, this framework works and you can go and apply it only if you avoid this mistake. And then in terms of the action, just tell them to click the link in the description or click on this video to get the benefit. Let me show you how I've done it in the 3rd video that I posted, which is how Imangaji made $40 million from one YouTube video. So in this video, for some context, I broke down his most famous video. I think it got 9 million views at its peak, best online business to start as a beginner. And I broke down the script for that. And so I had 5 payoffs. I broke down the entire script, and then I go here to the call to action. So let's see how I wrote it. So I say, so that is how Imangaji made millions with his famous best business models video with just a PowerPoint slide and his voice. No fancy edits, no dramatic music. So it's like, okay, I said the premise, no fancy edits, no dramatic music. It's like kind of like, wow. And then I create the gap. If that isn't testament to the power of a good script, I don't know what is. So here I didn't explicitly say the gap, but it's, hey, I didn't mention script at all in the whole video. Hey, that's the testament of the power of a good script. So now I bring in this idea of a good script, and now I say, speaking of good script, click on this video to learn how to script a viral YouTube video, just like Iman's. And here you can see this specific video, how Imangaji made $40 million from one YouTube video. If you do this right, you can get average end screen element click-through rate 15.5%. Kind of the industry average is 5%, right? If you don't do this end screen call to action correct. So out of these like 20,000 viewers of the people who went all the way to the end, 15.5% end screen click-through rate, which I think is pretty good considering that you just spend a couple more minutes scripting the last pieces of line. And if you do it correctly, you get many more people watching your video on your channel and actually taking action on what you tell them to do. So if you want this very template, you can click the link in the description and I'll send it right over to your inbox. I'll also send over script breakdowns of how I've used these specific frameworks in my actual scripts. So you can see, hey, he used this exact framework over here, and you can steal the different phrases that I use to make this a lot easier. And with this script framework, you can do a couple things. You can just go ahead and write a script, kind of like fill in the blank with this script template. Or if you're a little bit more savvy, you can use AI. You can feed it the script template. You can feed it examples of it working well, and then it can help you write a full script if you know how to prompt it correctly. So yeah, test out the template. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.